everybody, welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga. As promised last Tuesday, I was going to do a longer variation of the routine that we did, which was yoga for gardeners. If you are getting yourself ready for the summer, getting your lawn ready, pruning roses, you're hunched over, you're in this position here, you're in this position here, your body's not really thrilled with that. So of course, if there's any time you can actually give yourself props to do better, to have knee pads on, to be in a little squatty stool of some kind. Make yourself comfortable whenever you can, but I know that that doesn't always happen. So I did last Tuesday a 30-minute yoga for gardeners. So we're going to do a longer version today. Of course, anyone can benefit because everyone is always hunched over, driving a car, on their computer, eating their food, whatever it is. So anyone can benefit, but that's kind of the mindset for today's class. Really working on stretching the back, releasing the shoulders, releasing the hips. That's kind of what we're aiming for. So if you took the first class, you know the big key for here is shoulders back and down the whole time and flat back the whole time. Unless you're purposely doing something like a cat-cow where you're arching on purpose, we are always going to come for the straight back today. That's our goal. So let's spend a couple minutes getting ourselves situated. I don't care what position you are in, as long as your back is flat. You could be laying down, you can be sitting up, it doesn't matter. Flat back. And if you can't get to a flat back in that position, it means you need to change your position. Okay. Okay, well let's transition to all fours. grab my water, so I put it over here. Make sure you always have some fluid with you. All right. So we're here, flat back. So bringing those hands right below the shoulders. We're not out here, we're here. And we're just gonna do some nice little shoulder retractions. So bring those shoulders back and up. So we're just lifting the torso and lowering the torso. Next time you're low, stay low, hold it here. Pull the shoulders back and down. It should feel nice. And then come back up. And we're just gonna slide up a little forward and a little back. Hopefully this doesn't cause any pressure on your wrists. And if it does, don't do it. Tuck those toes under, lean forward, lean back, get a little stretch of those feet. Ooh, that was loud. Knew it was coming. Next time you're back, stay back. Get a little stretch of those feet. Hopefully you can stretch out all the toes. And then come back, release those feet, step those knees back a little bit. Bring those forearms to the ground and bring that forehead to the ground. Puppy posture. You can adjust to make yourself comfortable. This should feel amazing on your back. I'm going to stay here a couple breaths. And then come up a little bit. We're going to go back down to that puppy posture. We have the option of adding in a little twist. So I'm going to keep my right arm exactly where it is. I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to thread it through, and I'm going to go back down to the ground and do my puppy posture with that arm threaded through. Okay? Option. Relaxing the shoulders, especially the one that's threaded through. Try not to let yourself lean too far into that direction. You will a little bit. Just don't let yourself fall all the way over. And then come back up, reset, and the other side, bring it through, forehead down. And then release, come back up. Bring those knees underneath you. Sit on back on those heels and sit on up nice and tall. Spinal twist. Back tall, shoulders back and down. That hand is like right perpendicular or parallel to your spine. Another way. Bring those arms behind you and push that belly button up to the sky. Head back. And release. 2 more like that. Lift them on up, head back. And release. And one more time. And release. Lovely. Turn sideways. Bring that foot out to the side. And come on down to your forearm. Let that head and neck go. So we're stretching out the back of the neck, the back of the head, the upper back, and the groin and inner thigh. If you want to slide a little forward or back or lean a little in and out until you find a spot that really needs the stretch, feel free. You can always explore within each stretch. All right, so my right leg is stretched. I'm going to leave my left elbow on the ground and bring that right arm up and rotate. And come down. And let's bring the other arm up and rotate. It won't be the same. It'll be a much smaller rotation. We give it a try. And release it down. Other side, same thing. Bring that leg up to the side. You may need to shift a little bit on your mat to fit. That's okay. Relax that head and neck. All right, let's open up big first. And come back in. And then open up a little. And come on in. Bring that foot in. And set back up. All right, so let's come up on those legs. Let's try to stay back on those heels. Let's tuck those toes under. And let's just lean back a little bit, grabbing onto those heels. Not leaning back a whole bunch, just a little bit. Opening up that chest. And release, and let go of those feet. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Two more times. Now, if you want to do a little bit longer, you can do the whole time and just do 1, or you can do 2 shorter ones with me. So you decide. Tuck those toes. Hands on the heels. Open up. And release. Untuck. Sway a little side to side. And then final one. And release. Sit back, roll that neck. Other way. Beautiful. All right, let's lay on our belly and let's do some kind of on our belly bird dog. So I'm gonna just turn my mat a little sideways, or a diagonal, I should say. And I'm just gonna lay down. And my legs are gonna be out, my arms are gonna be out. And I'm just gonna look straight down towards the mat. Relax that forehead first. Leaving your head down, you're going to lift the left leg and release. Lift the right arm and release. Right leg, release. Left arm, release. So we're going to go through at our own pace, alternating arms and legs. And if we feel like we want to lift opposite arm, opposite leg at the same time, feel free. Holding for about a second or two at the top and then coming back down. Really lengthening that spine. If we want to add in a little bit longer, we'll hold maybe 5 seconds. We'll lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And as an option, play around a little bit more. And equal out your sides. And then I want you to bring those elbows in, come to a sphinx, and just literally just kind of rock those hips side to side. Squeeze one glute and then or one glute cheek and then the other. Just rock a little side to side. Bend one knee. Work on that flexibility of the ankle, all sorts of different directions. And the other side. Bend both those knees and swing those feet side to side. Pick a side and let the gravity of the world stretch out those legs a little bit. And the other way. Release. We're going to come into downward dog. So you can go through tabletop if you so desire, or go straight into downward dog from plank. You choose. I'm going to go nice and slow. Oh, take my time. Enjoy the process. And then come into downward dog, bending those knees super generously and pedaling those feet out. And then I'm going to walk my feet in, and I'm going to come into a squat. So I'm going to walk those hands beneath the feet, and I'm going to stay in this little squat here. And I'm going to fix my hair, and I'm going to come up. So I can either come up and have my hands on the ground, my hands on my legs, or my hands in prayer. You decide. Shoulders back and down, back straight. If you have the ability to have your feet flat on the ground here, you can bring your knees out a little bit to the side and be more in a frog position. That's totally fine. Option. Hands down, straighten those legs. Let that upper body hang. And then roll all the way up. Ooh, beautiful. I'm gonna fix them out. This is a great time to grab some water if you'd like. Make any adjustments you need to do. Let's bring those arms back, open up. Big stretch here. And we're gonna use the side wall to open up the chest a little bit more. So if you need to go to a wall or to a door frame, once we get started, you'll know what to do, no problem. Release. All right, so I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna bring it back behind you and have my palm facing out, my thumb up. I'm gonna go to the wall and I'm gonna lean on in right here. So take the time to go somewhere, adjust. This could be the back of a couch, anything that's nice and tall. And then I'm gonna do that same thing, but I'm gonna come up at an angle and turn. And then release, and then low and turn. Thumb is still up. Release, let's shake it out and do the same thing on the other side. So you can just turn around, totally fine. You know what to do now. And sometimes it takes a little bit of finessing to figure out exactly where you need to be in space to get the stretch you want. That's fine. Part of the play. And then up. Big breath in, big breath out. Enjoying yourself here. You're doing this as a reward to yourself. You're not doing this as a punishment to yourself. You always ought to think of exercise and stretch and wellness in that way. You're not ever doing it as you never go, oh, dang it, I have to go get a massage. Oh, I hate going to the massage. Like you're treating the massage like a dentist appointment almost, even though dentist is good for you too. And I never hear someone say, oh, I hate that I have to go for a massage today. So why would you treat this any different? This is for your body, this is for your health, this is for your recovery. And release, shake it out, wonderful. Feet wide, toes pointed out. We're gonna do a nice little just hinging at the hips. I'll turn sideways so you can see it. I'm just gonna go down as far as we can. We can bend our knees a little bit, that's fine. My back is flat, I'm not here. Back is flat so I can have my hands on my hips if I want. As a little reminder. And then come on up. And now we're gonna go down, and if we want to if we know that we can't reach at all, we can use something to our benefit, or we can bend our knees even more. So adjust how you see fit. We're gonna bend our knees, we're gonna lean forward. We're gonna put our hand on something so we have a nice flat back, so my back is still flat. And I'm gonna open up. Just like we did when we were on the ground with that inner thigh. And you can be on a fist here too, if this is too much on your wrist, totally fine. Plus it actually brings you up a little bit higher, so that's an option as well. And release, and let's switch hands. We're still in that same position. We're just gonna open up. It's gonna be feeling a little different, of course, no worries. Come back to the center. And use your core to pull yourself up. We're gonna do that one more time. So if you need to grab something that you didn't have last time, this is a great chance to do it. Or if you did it last time and you're like, I think I could have gone a little bit deeper, this is a chance to do so. And if you were like, I'm good, stay where you are, no worries. Or you can even just go back to that first one where we have our hands on our hips and we're just leaning forward and taking out the twist altogether. Totally your choice, your options. I'm gonna try bringing my block down a little bit. Let's see what I can do today. It's bring myself to my edge in a comfortable and controlled environment. All right, let's lean on down. Let's reach down. Let me just make sure I have a flat back. So I need to bend my knees a little bit, that's fine. Let's just be here for a second. And then I'm gonna open up to the side. down. Switching out those hands. Other way twist. Come back to the center. Put my hands on my body and use my core to bring myself up. I'm not pushing to get myself up. Okay, beautiful. So I was in this position here with my toes out. Now I'm gonna do the same thing, but my toes are gonna be in. So I'm doing this like little like duck waddle type situation. I'll start out first with the hands on the hips, leaning over, making any adjustments you need to do to figure out where you need to be in this position so your back is nice and flat. And come on up. We're going to do that one more time. We're not going to add the twist into this unless you're like, I feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel that most people are comfortable doing that, so we're not going to do that. But if you want to, your body, you can decide what you want to do with it. But I'm not going there at this point in time today with the nice, relaxing garden variety, literal garden variety yoga we're doing today. All right, let's lean. Never used garden variety in a literal sense before. And come on up. All right, I'm just gonna bring my knee up to my chest and just hold here. If I need to hold on for balance, I'm going to do so. My shoulders are back and down. I'm gonna release. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna release. I'm gonna bring that foot behind my knees straight down. So right now my foot is like here, but on the back. So it's going into my back jean pocket if I was to be wearing jeans and not nice, cozy, comfy pants that I have on now. Nothing wrong with comfy, cozy pants. Now, if I feel comfortable, I'm gonna switch my hands and now I'm gonna bring that foot towards the other pocket. So it's more over here. If this is uncomfortable on your hips or your knees, please don't. We're getting a lot of stabilizing action in this ankle and foot. All right, and let's release it down. Other side. I always just remember that clothes are meant to fit your body. Your body is not meant to fit your clothes. So if there's a pair of jeans, sweatshirts, sweatpants, whatever that you just feel so comfortable and cozy and productive in, as long as they're not see-through and switch, and you're going out to the store, does it matter? Or if you're going to invest in some pieces for work, do you want to invest in some pants or a skirt or a dress, whatever that looks professional but is a more of a knitted stretchy material, or something that is a stiffer material that's going to be uncomfortable for you to wear all day? It's going to crease all over the place. Make sure that your clothes are for you, or not for your clothes. Release, and bring that foot down. That also being said, if something doesn't serve you in the way that you want it to be served, donate those, sell them, get them out of your house, and give them to someone that does need them to be served in that way. So, all right, so let's just rock a little side to side. And we're gonna get down to the ground and do a little bit of core work. Nothing crazy, don't worry. Just gonna push this out to the side. Let's bring those arms up. Let's just do a little side stretch first. And a little side stretch to the other way. Come back to the center. little bitty back bend. Oh, and so on. Dive down, hands to the ground, and we're stepping back into a downward dog again. All right, so here in this downward dog, we're going to take my left hand and I'm going to reach it towards my right ankle, shin, whatever it happens to be, and then come back to downward dog and then to the other side. So we're just going to alternate back and forth here. This is option number 1 for you, and this is totally fine to stay here. You don't have to go on. If you want to go on, you're going to go plank, downward dog touch, plank, downward dog touch. So we're just adding a little motion in with those shoulders, whatever feels good. This isn't like a, oh, I really should be doing option 2. This is a, you pick what you want. I never want to exercise, shame somebody into picking the option. If you want the movement in your shoulders or not. Whatever one you're doing, I want you to do one more of each side. And then I want you to, everyone come into plank and slowly lower down to the ground. Beautiful. Put those hands in front of your face and put that forehead on top of them. 5 breaths here. And then slowly you're going to bring yourself up and you're going to roll over onto your back. I'm going to face the other way, but you definitely just take it whatever the easiest way to get onto your back. That's the way we're going to go. Okay. We have about 10 more minutes left of class before our Shavasana. All right, so let's bring those feet to the ground. I would like you to have some room overhead to have those arms go behind you. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring those arms up and then do a crunch and then come back down. Full body movement. Arm up. We're not doing a full sit-up. This is just a crunch. We're going to go 8 more. Slow and controlled. We're not holding your breath. We're pulling that belly button into the spine. We're contracting that whole core like we're pulling in a drawstring. I believe we have 4 more left. And if we don't, we're still doing 4 more. So we have 4. We have 3. We're not swinging those arms back behind. We're in control the whole time. We're doing for 2. And we're going for 1. We're going to bring those arms around so they're near our feet. We're going to bring the feet in slightly. We're going to lift that upper body up and we're going to rotate towards one foot, back to the center, to the other foot, back to the center. Supporting that neck with our own power. If that's too much, we can always hold on to it with our arm. We're doing our best. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the center. Roll it down. I would like you to consciously pull those shoulders back and down, really opening up that chest. Keeping this upper body where it is, drop those knees to one side. Hopefully both sets of shoulders. Both shoulders are still touching the ground. Obviously one's going to be touching a little bit more than the other. That's fine, but I don't want it to be like a 70-30 type of situation. I want you to really try to get most of that shoulder on the ground. Use your body, pull those knees back. Make any adjustments we need to do with our upper body to make us back to where we should be, and then drop those knees to the other side. Come back to center. All right, doing that again. This time we're having our shoulders on the ground and our hands in a field goal or cactus shape. If you want to cross one leg over, you can. Otherwise, you're just going to stack those knees on top of each other again. Same thing, most of the shoulder is on the ground. Come back to center. Release those arms. Bring those feet in, and let's spend 2 minutes in happy baby. So we're kicking one foot in, one foot out. We're bringing both legs in. We're rocking side to side. Whatever you want. Whatever feels good. And then we're going to go into our Shavasana. So if you're like, Jen, I appreciate your happy baby, but that's just not something I want to do today. Get ready for your Shavasana. That's totally fine. Or use this time to do something else that you want to do. Maybe you're like, oh, I wish we did triangle today. Do both. Do triangle. Especially since this is a recording. You can pause it and spend another whole hour doing stuff you want to do. I love rolling my spine. And when you are ready, set yourself up for your Shavasana. Highly suggest grabbing a drink of water before you do. And we're going to spend 3 minutes in Shavasana together. And remember, we're not done with class yet, so don't be skedoodling. I think I would like to have my legs elevated for my Shavasana today. Since my block is here, I'm going to use it for my advantage and really lift those hips up. Bring those feet into the air. I can also definitely use a couch or the back of a chair or a wall for this, but because it's not convenient for me in this posture, I'm just going to use the block, and this makes it super easy. So we are spending 3 minutes of breathing, relaxing, and being. I'm slowly going to come to a seated position. So depending on obviously what position we're in, we'll all look a little different getting there. And that's totally fine. We're going to take time. And we're going to do so nice and slowly and simply. Let's bring those feet to touch, knees out to the side. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back. Turn that head. And the other way, other side. Come back to the center. Bring those knees in. One side, final side body stretch. Up and over. And release. And up and over. Release. We're going to do one more each time, but now we're going to look up. And release. And look up. And release. We are done. Thank you for coming. Thank you for spending the time with me. I really appreciate it. What are you growing in your garden? Tell me. If you didn't tell me on Tuesday when I asked, how about today? What are you growing in your garden? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Have a great day.